Hello and welcome to Aeternum. I am the realm owner and your host for this video, Ash, and I am currently in the spawn house. Now this is about where you'll spawn in. You can see there's a soup side up there, long story, but well, actually you'll spawn up above here over on the roof. But you know, that's something. These banners were all placed by a guy named Matt. He's not very active anymore. And right now, this is a tour. You see, on the left here is Nate's base, Coruscant. That shape up there, vaguely rhombus looking from here, is quote-unquote the Death Star. We got Doofenshmirtz right there. Going Merry from One Piece there. We got some pixel art of some Pokemon I don't recognize. Gold Farm. The Top G Hotel. And there's a Great Wall. Next up, the museum. Well, actually, first, John's statue. He won the Olympics of the realm, so I built him a statue of his Minecraft skin. The museum. I'll only be going in depth on the things I actually built on this realm, because otherwise, well, you know, I feel like everyone else could make their own content of their own stuff, but this place was built by me with some material help from Nate. All in Survival, of course, is an SMP, after all. This here is a recreation of my original base from the Midgard realm. I should really dye that sign white. Do I have anything to... No, I don't. Is it here? Anything there? There? Might as well put a shield. The shield there. Yes, I do. Also, I'm gonna need that wax. Yeah, that's better. Some more banners. Don't question this one. Just don't question it. Map room I stopped working on. Also, we did Skyblock. Just thought I'd point that out. Now here are the artifacts. Bubble column, which we had a whole glitch going, where we found out we could make these. John practically mass-produced them. I made a couple myself. Oh yeah, we also did Vietnam. That was where the Desert Union formed. I wonder if I can launch that eventually. Oh yeah, this was John and I pitted a Wither against a Warden. That was a whole thing. That was funny. Day one of the realm, that's where this thing's from. Self-explanatory, this thing. We did the Olympics. I made this armor as part of the games. Well, my Hunger Games, which was voted best minigame, by the way. And then I topped it with the latest arena. This thing I held hostage in Vietnam after Nate lost it early in the realm. Then I found it in the Nether, held by a zombie piglin. Yeah. Couldn't name the dragon, though. Oh yeah, this was from Skyblock. And Courthouse Chicken is from Coruscant, which the realm courthouse is over there. And before we leave the museum area, here's the dragon egg. And also Arby's. We don't question Arby's, but here's the dragon egg. May no one touch it. But first, here's a little look at a small shopping area I made under the request of Matt. Oh yeah, there's Walmart. John built that. And here's the soup store where we sell what Artemis now sells armor. Artemis sells armor at the soup store. Moving on. Nate built that, which is Overcompensation Incorporated. I named it actually, but Nate built it, couldn't come up with a name. I came up with the name because it was vaguely phallic shaped. And of course, if we're over here, how can we forget the stage here, the Azure Amphitheater, where we host trivia. Also, sometimes just build around it randomly. It's weird. Over there is, what's his, Noah's house. There's a little wedding chapel. Right here is Avery's house, which is looking a little better now. When did Avery last get on? I don't remember, but it's looking nice. Now here we are where my journey all began. All the way back here at Thalassidomo. Out there, that was originally going to be my base. And this was my original house, which never got completed. There's one of the first portals on the realm. I think it was the second nether portal ever made. The original nether ward on the realm, I think, is right there. Original lava farm. Not much has updated here since. Although, there is one thing, actually. Let me introduce you to the best museum on the realm, the Reliquary. Got some armor stands for some of my armor sets. Here's some I got from a scavenger hunt. This is my most worn armor, actually. This is my original armor, just recolored. It got recolored like a year ago, but still. Here's the Boneyard armor. I forget what that one was called. Air Jordans, I forget what those are from. But I remember that I got them. War Sword 08 from Vietnam. And that one actually I got. It was lost during a wedding. Over at that Cherry Blossom Chapel, if you'll remember that. Yeah, got it from Baby Drowned that I found. Picked it up. Got it here. Warden Trophy. Yeah, a bunch of us, I think me, John, Keefin, Artemis, and who else was there? I think someone else was. Oh yeah, Joey. We're all just killing all the bosses and a warden. I don't consider the warden a boss. It's not meant to be fought. I'll fight someone on that. Friendship flower given to me by Zoe when they joined the realm. This is a little bit related to a roleplay Reggie and I did. This is my wedding ring from with Reggie. That was like a year ago. It's complicated. End fight pumpkin, which I wore during the end fight. Oh yeah, this has a tragic story behind it. One of the original wedding rings of Anubis and I forget Anubis's former partner's name, but they were getting married in the realm. And then Anubis's partner, that's not died, but let's just say it might as well be dead to Anubis. I don't want to go into all the details. So yeah, they got divorced and I was tasked with going to get the ring. Yeah. I'm working on more stuff over here eventually. Like, you can see back here, there's space for more passages that I've started working. Why is there a chicken there? Why is it there? And over here we have my raid farm where I mass produce totems. There's one of Artemis's things. I think it just kind of got abandoned. And there's Artemis's house. And now we're on to my base. Welcome to the Greater Bleeding Sun area, named after an aviator's song, and the setting within. This place is honestly one of the main meeting spots of the realm. Right here are some of my vegetable and other stuff farms. Like, actually, I think only like one of them's a vegetable. Here's a Technoblade statue with sacrificed potatoes. Oh yeah, this is where I got put in jail. Here's my dog army. There's a pyramid. Actually, a lot of builds here are recreations of stuff from other realms. These two are from the Midgard realm. Let's see some other recreations around here. That thing there is from the Lafarna realm, which is, and honestly, it's kind of ugly and wasn't ever completed on this realm. Yeah. This is Colossus 3, which was the tallest building on the realm for quite some time, before eventually getting beaten by something of my own creation, which then got beaten. Then I just increased that other thing's height. Then Overcompensation Inc. beat it. Then finally I beat Overcompensation Inc. With that. The pride and joy of the skyline around here. The Astraquarium. Tallest building on the realm. Also, I hope you like the pixel art around here. There's quite a bit. And right here is Reggie's house. There's Reggie's ring. Little happy ghast there. Oh, and here's the little spot I built here to be next to Reggie's place, the shrub house. Now you may be wondering where my house is. Well, I'm a bit of a cave dweller. I live underground. So let me show you. Now I've glossed over a lot of things, I know. Why is it here? Why are there so many chickens? Where are they coming from? As you can see, I'm kind of undecided on which I want, be it the glass or glowstone or frog lights and trapdoors, but this is my house. It's underground. That's a fun fact. It started as another Midgard recreation, but I started building it more. Like this hallway, it's just a textured version. Textured, overgrown, stuff like that. of what it was in Midgard. This is my room, with some more armor, my cat's oak sapling, blast furnace, and block of coal. Up here is just one of the exits, as well as this little space. I don't know what I'm doing with it. Here's some potatoes. This is the bee room. There's usually active bees, but it's night. Here's where I do my enchanting. Yeah, this spot was meant to be overgrown. Potion room. Lava. I'm not doing that. Down here's a little area to match the vibes of my Midgard base. You can tell I was very nostalgic, so let me give you some backstory. Once upon a time, there was a realm. And this realm was called Midgard. It was run by a guy named Owen. And a few of us thrived. Eventually it grew mostly inactive aside from a couple of us, 3 of us really. Me, Nate, and John. Then a guy named Freezy showed up. And he blew it all to smithereens, and we were all torn up about it. I definitely was. So, in my grief, I made this realm. But that was 700 days ago. Now things are going a bit better. Though this realm too is growing a little inactive because people are all depressed right now for some reason, I don't know. Also on vacations. And have jobs. Real life sucks. Play Minecraft. Here's where I keep one of my longest serving bows. That used to be a storage room. Oh, and right here is one of the realm's main arenas. People duel here. But I've saved the best for last. You thought that was my industrial area? No. No. Welcome to true industry. This part, again, is an overgrown, weathered recreation of a Midgard area. And I know the resin makes the lava farms fail. I don't care. I have another lava farm. Over here is where I keep my trims on. Why is there one there? Here's where I do my smelting. Recently got a revamp, as you can see. And down here, actually, funny story, is I tried to make a 100 furnace smelter, but didn't really work out. I mean, it theoretically works, but it's not very good. I've got to fix it. Also, I got to add a ceiling. But the rest of the room... Oh yeah, and I never finished this wall. That's like, even in remodeling this entire room, I never finished that wall. But yo, now we're off to the true heart of Desert Union warfare, Sunfire Keep. Also, goodbye, Astroquarium. I see you're still loading in. Goodbye. Oh yeah, there are Elytra courses on this realm. Just thought I'd point that out. Oh, and while I'm here, I might as well point out Waterleaf, which I dare say hosts the best builder on the realm, Zoe. It's right over there. You can see it. It's right there. Sometimes we like to put Zoe's parrot in jail. Oh yeah, right. And here's the site of Vietnam. Right here is the Russian base. Not gonna tell you what its name translates to, partially because I don't know how to pronounce its actual name. And there's Sunfire Keep, which is where I'm taking you today. Right here is where I produced the bubbles that I mentioned a while back. Here is, there's lava back there. Artemis tried carrying potions for the war, ended up going through that side and dying to the lava. And isn't this place just so much more massive when you get to see it up close? Because from afar it looks kind of quaint. Oh yeah, and there's Artemis's war base, which wasn't good. And I've still got to remodel that. This sucks. I've been working on it slightly on the inside, but still, kinda sucks. There was a piston trap there. Also, I made this place look a little boarded up. There's an end crystal from the war. Made this place look a little darker. I wanted it to look abandoned post-war. Why is it doing that? I keep leaving successfully. Here was actually a place where I did a draft of this building style for a factory I made recently. Don't question that. Or that. I mean it when I say this place is where we do our warfare stuff. Oh yeah, and there's where I farm my glow lichen. And there's the escape into the desert. That's an enchanting room. And also, as a fun fact, I got married in here. Those were the days. Just got flashbacks to a better time, I guess. Now this place was built to be labyrinthine. The layout's meant to not make sense. Nothing in here is meant to be fully discovered, really, except for a few things. Like, how do you get there? Simple. You kind of go all the way around. I don't know. I don't quite remember. I mean, I wonder if you can go through here. Bad idea. That was a really bad idea. It's a bit better. And here's the portal that actually, well, now that this place is no longer really in conflict, it's connected. Though in a war, I'll disconnect this portal, and so then you end up going into the top one. The one that goes into lava. How fun. Oh yeah, and this place was also rigged to explode with end crystals. Just thought I'd give that fun fact. Oh yeah, there's another portal up here. And there were more end crystals, as you can see. And up there's some parkour, and there's also some down in the lower keep. But now that I'm through with this, there's one more space to visit. Oh yeah, there's nether infrastructure, thought I'd point that out. I am bad at this game. Welcome to Scrapper's Rest. If the main base was the heart of our residence, really, and Sunfire Keep was the heart of warfare, this place is the heart of industry, located on essentially a skyblock. This is the start of the realm's first Elytra course, host of some drama with a scavenger hunt with that crane specifically. As well as the host of some industry. See, it's here that we build a lot of our auto farms. Well, now that everyone can see a bit better. Yep, we grow trees here. There's the old creeper farm, which was not only rendered obsolete, but also kind of exploded. And then there's the new creeper farm behind it. The most powerful gunpowder farm on the server. We are never running out of that stuff. Here's where I was going to build a creeping farm, but messed it up. That's the mob grinder. Not too much to show here, it's really just an industrial area. Except for the fact that that it's also where I got the first happy ghast of the server, which was right here. Tested vibrant visuals for the first time. Built a Star Wars project right there for a build contest, one of the two that I won. And yeah, as I said, there's a conduit beneath us. Well now, I guess it's on to my personal stuff, isn't it? Right here, as soon as it loads. 3... I hit my keyboard. 3... Oh, come on. This was my first major building project contained entirely within this year. Not showing you what's in the chest because that's part of the games. But this place is where where honestly the best Hunger Games take place. Almost unanimously considered to be the best mini game I've made, and possibly even on the whole realm. Took months to build this place properly because you have to go with game design, you have to do all sorts of stuff. Like I had to build puzzles, I had to work with redstone. Some other people actually made some stuff as well for this with hidden areas. All of this is just complicated. I stole this bench picnic table design from V-dubs, mostly. Like, I think the campfire benches were his idea, but the table was me. The table was all me. I think. Might have also been him, I'm not sure. You can tell there was B-dub's inspiration here. Just a little jaunt through these woods, and all of a sudden your worries just melt away. Up into this little abandoned structure here. And right back down. And suddenly all is right in the world. All right as rain. You see, I tried to draw it draw the eyes up through this passage by making that space a passage, and then there's that only hole, that's a good hole through the trees there. Onto the castle. This place was complicated to build. I'm not very good at interiors. Like, I'm just straight up saying it. That's why I consider Zoe the better builder, because Zoe can actually make an interior. Me, I am bad at them. This is probably my best one. Oh yeah, there's a space up there, there's parkour. You enter it through here. I'm not gonna do the parkour because I suck at parkour. Now there's another build near here that I've got to show you. Welcome, one and all, to Fix-It Factory. This, I dare say, is my absolute best build on this realm, as I learn to become a better builder. That's what I've been trying to do this year, because I think I'm still only a decent builder. Like, other people, they're gonna fight me on that. And honestly, maybe I should speak more highly of myself. I'm just gonna say that aloud now. I don't like to be too self-aggrandizing, but I've been told not to get myself down on my building style, so you know what? Good job, me, patting myself on the back. This texturing, it's pretty good. This texturing, it's pretty good. Down here, it's pretty decent. I like the roots hanging. I like this. This place is cool. I like these things. I don't know what I was doing here. I don't really quite like that. But you know what? I do like this spot. I like what I did with the floors. I like how it's all weathered. Oh, and this room is okay. Also, this place took so much mud. I dug up a good part of a mangrove biome for this. Also, this place was built for a build and seek game. So, like, there were all sorts of neat little potential hiding spots. Yeah, this is where the employees sleep. Don't touch the pipes. Also, don't drink the green water. I wonder what green water they mean. Oh yeah. Does that just still have building supplies in it? A couple. I might use those later. Probably this one too. Why do I have other side there? Okay, I'm gonna want the dripstone probably. So the spruce seems useful. And a lot of this stuff seems useful right about now. Too bad I don't have the inventory space for it. Oh yeah, and the sea lantern elytra course goes right near here. It's the longest one on the road. Also, I built a volcano. If you want to know where my hiding spot was. Don't want to use another totem. It was right here the whole time. Took them so long to find it. I had to give so many hints to practically just give it away. And right here, we have exile. See, I wasn't doing so hot mentally, so I didn't want to return to my base at one point. Oh yeah, this is the B-dubs inspired house. I wanted to use the same basic shape and see what I could do with it. So it's kind of like, think about it as that B-dubs Hermitcraft Season 10 house, but more in my style. say weird copper things there. This thing right here with the iron, and a lot of use of these greens, blue greens. This is one of my wolves, a little slab. This was my house in exile. I kind of like what I did here, where it's kind of like almost, kind of has a Ghibli vibe almost. I don't know how to explain it. Also, yeah, I need to make those match. Right there's another little place I made. It's not as good as the others. There's a portal, and that place was never finished. But there's one more place somewhere near here I've got to show. Actually, maybe a couple I've got to show. Oh, there's Spirit Vale there. Here's a place I never finished either, and that's the little berry farm. It's a fun little side project, because I was distracted from Spirit Vale. Floating islands, Reggie and I worked on sometimes. Not sure when we're going back to it. But there's one more thing around here. The Harvest Castle. Which honestly, some parts, like the bottom circle, I am proud of. I really like what I did with that bottom circle, but the top part, I meant to make it taller, ran out of time. Also, the bottom part could use more color than just gray. I do like this bridge, though. This is a good bridge. Yeah, there's a bit of an interior. It's not great. Also, I have a pure glass roof because I didn't have time to make a proper roof. It sucks. Who left a sign there? I don't know. I'm gonna read that later. There's armor there. This is where I do some plotting. There's a map here that I kind of like. Just look at this circle. I was building this place around Christmas time, and it started off my whole building arc that's been going this year. I should probably take these diamond blocks back, and that elytra, those god apples, ominous key. Honestly, I should really take some of the stuff back from this room. What? Why is that there? Why did I put that there? And there's also one more secret in here. I'm working on a little spot here. Well, was. Be more space down there if I had more ambition and time with this place. I kind of wanted to leave it to rot first. And there's one more thing actually that I've got to show you. Outside of this area, let's go to my current project. A realm-wide project. Now there's a abandoned housing project, somewhat abandoned housing project I was working on. I don't really like it. I'm probably going to take that down. But this, oh yeah, John built this. And here is what I'm working on. Terraforming. There's a tree there. There's going to be more trees. I like building trees, apparently. Well, everyone, that's been my tour of my realm, or some parts of it. There is so much more I left out for the sake of brevity. Like, I've been recording this for about an hour now. It'll be shorter because I'm editing it, but yeah, this is quite the realm. 700 days of history, and I am just showing off some of what I've worked on, not even all of it. With that said, be sure to like and subscribe. Enjoy my content, which is subpar, I know, but still. And have a great day. Thank you all.